Well, I finally got a refund for the Air Canada flight that we had booked at the beginning of the pandemic. Anyways, I got this like glass cube thing that I'm trying to take apart. There's gonna be a solar eclipse tomorrow. And if you're watching it, it already happened. Sorry guys. But yeah, I don't have solar eclipse glasses anymore. You know, last time they happened, I kind of just gave away my glasses because I was like, I won't need this for a long time. So now I'm trying to make solar eclipse glasses, and I'm gonna use that piece of glass. But I also need a lighter. I can't find my lighter, so that's why I'm outside now. And I'm petting the cat, you know. I got sidetracked. But yeah, gonna go to this convenience store that I've actually never been inside, even though it's like a block away from me. But you know, convenience stores are a ripoff. But I don't know, whatever. Got those lighters. And yeah, I actually saw this on the Moomins, where you use the soot from a flame to blacken some glass, and then you can look at an eclipse. And of course, if you look at this online, they're like, don't do this. Just use a pinhole camera, is that what they say? But I want to do it like this way, because it's like you actually look at the eclipse. But I set the glass down, and then the soot got all scraped and stuff, and I was like, oh, I guess soot isn't as good on glass as I thought it would be. So looking at my router with this extremely bright LED, and the light goes through that, I was like, well, what if I like, you know, used electrical tape? Maybe I can see the outline of the sun through electrical tape, huh? You know, I'm just experimenting here. So yeah, time to go look at the sun. Pretty bright out, and the sun is you know, in my backyard right now, so pretty convenient timing. And yeah, can't see anything. It turns out those LEDs are brighter than the sun. I don't know how it works. Anyways, decided I'd start over with the glass, and I wiped it all off and then made a new layer of soot. And it's like good right now, so I'm gonna test it on the sun. And it seemed like it actually kind of works. Like I can look at the sun and I can see the shape of it. Then, since the soot comes off easily, I tried to wrap it in packaging tape. But then the packaging tape, of course, fucked it all up. And at this point I'm kind of like, well, I guess I'm not seeing that eclipse. So, just played some video games, hung out, you know, the usual kind of shit. And you know, when I went to have my afternoon nap that I usually have before I do a nighttime Uber, well, I just went to sleep. And then I woke up at 3 a.m. and was like, oh man. But since I'm up, I'm like, frig it, you know? I'm gonna go check out that eclipse. So, left the house around 4:30. And I'm heading towards Tommy Thompson. And you know, looking at the map, I gotta like look at a northeast direction. And it turns out like true north is actually like pretty far off of like what we considered north if you just go by the grid of the streets. So northeast should have a pretty good view from Tommy Thompson. That's what I'm thinking. Oh, along Cherry Beach, there's all that fluff from some of the trees here. I'm looking at it on the ground. I've seen videos of where people light it on fire and it like spreads very fast. So I'm doing that here. You know, just on a tiny patch of it where it's not gonna go out of control. That was neat. And I stomped it out to make sure everything was, it's all done, guys. No forest fires from me. Although, like, man, that stuff is just everywhere. You can't see it because it was too dark, but yeah, you probably started a real fire with that. Anyways, heading into Tommy Thompson now. Sun is just beyond the horizon. You know, the tall buildings are getting lit up. That's kind of cool. I think right now it's probably just after 5. And lots of other people in the park seem to have the same idea as me. Probably be a good spot to watch the eclipse. I'm trying to find like a good spot where like no one's hanging out. Because I brought the glass. And I'm gonna try to make the thing again. I was thinking I'd use a stick. But honestly, these sticks weren't burning, so I had to just use a lighter, and the lighter would go out as well. It's like got a little bit of wind here. It doesn't feel like that much, but enough that it keeps stopping it. So from what I did see of the sun rising, it was kind of neat. It was like you could see 2 lights on either side. I was like, does the sun always do that? But yeah, the glass, it's not really working that well. And it's like 5:40 when the eclipse is supposed to be at its the highest eclipsed part of the sun. And it really doesn't look like an eclipse without the special glasses. And I don't want to use a pinhole camera because you're not even looking at the sun at that point. You're just looking at some light on the ground or some shit. Like, I could just do that anytime. I just look at a picture and have the same feeling. I want to look at that sun. But I didn't really see a good eclipse, so here's some pictures from other people. Kind of a bummer. You know, it's one of those things where it's like within a month of a solar eclipse, all the eclipse glasses cost like $20 online. It's like, those bastards, they know when to jack up the price. You know, last eclipse I got lucky and like just got a free pair from some astronomy society or whatever that was just handing them out. That was kind of nice. But anyways, I had my Uber bag and I figured I would do a little bit of Uber in the morning. But it was pretty quiet over on the east side here. I didn't get any orders, so kind of went offline for a bit. I found an apron that still had like its tag on it. I was like, damn, I've been meaning to get an apron. And you know, biking around, I saw this neighborhood nature museum. That's fun, right? I imagine some kid set this up, and it's like a little rock collection. Cool. So yeah, going over to the Don Valley, and decided to try Uber again. Went back online. I was probably online for like half an hour-ish, and it took a while, but I did get an order from a Starbucks. It was a double order, but it was only like $5 for those 2 things, so it doesn't really feel that worth it. And then you know, seeing this person get a parking ticket for being in the bike lane, love it. So yeah, dropped off some friends, and then I kind of decided I'd just go home, you know. Like, the tips aren't really coming in, or at least they weren't right away. I guess I made $14 in that hour, and half an hour of that was just like being online and waiting. I don't know, I'm not feeling it. It's not like a Sunday morning where people are like, yeah, I gotta get that breakfast. Anyways, at home now. I didn't think the cat was there, but then he like poked out and I was like, oh yeah, time to pet that cat again. Every day petting this cat. He likes it though, you know? Anyways, I'll probably make some more about what happens in day 1600 later.